The Mid-Sodor Railway, Season 4, Episode 3, Duke the Rusty Engine. One day at our sales station, Stanley was with Duke. "Hello, Duke, what are you doing here?" "Bad," said Stanley. "What are you doing here, number 2? Said Duke. "I'm pulling my goods train. And I see you're about to set off with your picnic train," said Stanley. "Yes, I am, number 2, said Duke. Stanley was the biggest and strongest engine on the Mid-Sodor Railway, and was also the biggest and strongest engine they had ever had. His wheel configuration, well, his gauge was a bit too narrow for the rails, so you'd often derail or slide in between the rails, which is why he was not, because he was from America, he was not gauged properly, and so, well, he derailed a lot. He tries to always mention it whenever he derails, but no one believes him due to how many times he's crashed. "So, Bud," said Stanley, "I tell you, if I crash one more time, I'm going to try and escape this railway because I don't want to have a disaster happen to me after what happened a couple of weeks ago," said Stanley. "And you're rightfully trying to be careful now, aren't you?" said Duke. "I was always trying to be careful," said Stanley. "I always just derailed because I was not gauged properly," said Stanley. "Highly likely story, I doubt it," said Duke. "Okay, I'll see you soon, but I highly doubt you could even haul a train of that size with your rusty axles now," said Stanley, and he raced off. "Stanley is in for some trouble," said Duke. The guard's whistle blew, and he steamed out of our sales station. I will have to teach that number 2 a lesson," said Duke, and he steamed on. Later that day, Duke was at Gordon Edwards Station. He was waiting for the passengers to get in when he heard a whistle. It was Stanley. He came racing by. "See you soon, Bud," said Stanley, and he raced off. "Be careful on the tracks, Stanley. Number 2, you don't want to derail," said Duke. "It does not matter," said Stanley, and he steamed off. "Oh, why does no one ever listen to old Duke?" said Duke. "No one ever listens to old Duke," said Duke. Then Falcon came. "Hello, Grandpa," said Falcon. "Hello, Falcon," said Duke. Well, Stanley acting up again," said Falcon. "Yes, he'll have what's coming to him one day, and it's all because he never listened," said Duke. "Knowing how much he derails, he will have the day where he has his punishment," said Falcon. "Yes, he must stop complaining about his gauge. It's not his gauge, and you do know that he might be telling the truth," said Falcon. "I highly doubt it," said Duke. "He was very dodgy since his first arrival all those years ago," said Duke. "I understand that," said Falcon. "But I will say, Grandpa, maybe try and be a bit easier with him. He's only a young one." "And you say young is 23 years old," said Duke. "That's quite old for a locomotive, you could say. Like, it's not all locomotives are, well, still around at that age," said Duke. "And then there's a ton of them around at that age," said Falcon. "Okay, you got me there, but for locomotives, it just seems that it does not really matter that much when it comes to their age. It seems like once you pass your about first 3 or 5 years, you seem old, said Duke. Yes, I understand that, Grandpa, said Falcon. If Stanley won't learn to not lie, then he'll have what's coming to him, said Falcon. And remember, Duke, Grandpa, said Falcon, that even if some engines might not listen to you, me and Stuart will always listen to you, said Falcon. Oh, that's nice, Falcon, said Duke. I do appreciate it. Okay, said Falcon. Anyways, I'll carry on with my jobs. Bye, Grandpa, said Falcon. Bye-bye, Falcon, said Duke. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be taught by some youngsters, said Duke, trying to hold in his laugh. A couple days later, Stanley came pulling into Gordon Edwards station again. Hello, Bud. Or shall I say rusty engine, said Stanley. What do you mean, rusty, said Duke. If you were orange, I would not be calling you rusty, Bud. Since you're brown, it looks like you're rusty, said Stanley. I might be old, said Duke, but that does not mean I'm not useful. Unlike you youngsters, says an engine who was nearing his 30s to 50s, said Stanley. Oh yeah, I'm only a couple decades older than you, said Duke. If you say so, Bud, said Stanley, and he raced off onto the mountain road. Oh no, said Duke. He's going onto the mountain road, he'll surely derail, he said. Stanley, look out, said Duke, and he raced off after Stanley and he went onto the mountain road to catch Stanley. Okay, Bud, said Stanley. If you want to try and stop me, then good luck, he said. And he raced into the tunnel. And when he popped out, well, his wheels was about to come off the rails. They were jittering about. Oh no, he said. Help me, help me. Duke came racing down the mountain road. He knew it was dangerous to go around the mountain roads fast, but he tried. He gave the flatbed a big bump, and he got coupled up. All right, Stanley, said Duke. Oh, no, multiple bumps until he was coupled up. All right, Stanley, said Duke. It's time to brake. So Duke braked as hard as he could. Stanley's driver and fireman shut off steam and jumped out of Stanley's cab. Stanley shut his eyes, and then he came to a stop. We did it, said Duke. Stanley slowly opened his eyes. We did, said Stanley. We did, but we caused a big derailment while trying, said Stanley. Don't worry, said Duke. I'll explain to Jordan Edwards that it was only an accident, and that I was trying to help you from stopping to derail. It's morely my fault. I shouldn't have braked that hard, said Duke. I'll agree with you there, said Stanley. I thought my coupling was about to be pulled off. Help, said Stanley's driver. Oh, coming, said Stanley's fireman, and he helped Stanley's driver away from the cattle vans. You both all right, said Stanley. Yes, we are, said his driver and fireman. Oh, that's good. I do not want to pull a train on the mountain roads again, said Stanley. I understand that, said Duke. It was scary with my first time on the mountain road. thought I would for sure, well, come off the rails and never be seen again, tumbling down the cliff into the water below, never to be seen again, and possibly get destroyed, said Duke. I understand that, said Stanley. Can we head back to the shed now, said Stanley. I'm a bit shaken up from today's adventure, said Stanley. Of course, said Duke, after we clear this wreckage up. Once the wreckage was cleared, Stanley's fireman got into his cab, and Duke pulled him and Stanley home. Duke and Stanley came into the shed where Stuart and Falcon were waiting for them. But then Stanley saw Jordan Edwards, and he was worried. Stanley, said Jordan Edwards, you have caused a ton of trouble today, derailing the trucks. You're lucky that you did not come properly off the rails, but this is a big setback, Stanley, said Jordan Edwards. Worthy enough or me to give you before Jordan Edwards could say the last word. Duke interrupted. Don't give him a punishment, sir, said Duke. And why so, Duke? Said Jordan Edwards. It was my fault. I was trying to slow him down, which prevented him from derailing, but I pulled a little bit too hard and caused the trucks to derail, said Duke. He was a bit nervous. And that changes everything. So I see it was not intentional, it was an accident, said Jordan Edwards. Yes, said Duke. Okay. That isn't as big as a problem then when it comes to Stanley. Well, it is a little bit of a problem when it comes to you, Duke. You have to get a little bit of repairs with your front coupling. As I can see, it's a bit damaged from pulling Stanley and slowing him down. And I think you could have some new parts, Duke, said Jordan Edwards. You are a little bit, you could say, rusty in some parts. I understand, sir, said Duke. As your wheels look like they're getting a bit of rust on, and from what I've heard, your axles are as well. Yes, I know, sir, said Duke. So a good overhaul will soon repair you and get you back onto the track, said Jordan Edwards. Oh, thank you, sir, said Duke. This could be your reward for nearly making Stanley, well, have a punishment, said Jordan Edwards. Okay, thank you, sir, said Duke. Hooray for Duke, said Stuart. Hooray for Duke, said Falcon. And well, Stanley was about to say something when his boiler felt a little bit dry, which made him mess up his words. Hooray, said Stanley. Oh, everyone laughed at Stanley's dry boiler mishap, which made him mix up his words. But everyone was happy that Stanley was safe.